I'm Emma. I'm a Certified Iyengar Yoga Teacher, and I'm here to take you through a short yoga practice that's suitable for any beginner level practitioner, or if you're just wanting to do something nice and quieting before you go to bed and you practice yoga on a regular basis.
I'm Eric. I am a physical therapist, clinic manager at our Oak Lawn Clinic here in Dallas, Texas. I'm a beginner when it comes to yoga, so we'll see how it goes.
It's going to be great. Okay. You do not necessarily need a yoga mat if you don't have one. Just have a clear open space. If you have a carpeted area that you can practice on, that'd be wonderful. And then you'll also need a belt. If you don't have a yoga belt, then you can use a regular belt that you use for your pants. You can use a belt that you use on your bathrobe, or you can use just like a large bath towel if you don't have any of those other things. All right, so let's get started. Our first pose is Adho Mukha Svanasana. So that's downward facing dog. So to come into that pose, you'll start on your hands and knees. Spread your fingers out. Your fingers point towards the top edge of the sticky mat, or the fingers point towards the front of the room. Then from there, you'll just spread your fingers out, curl your toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips, and come into the pose. Now your hands are shoulder width apart. Your feet are also shoulder distance apart. Then I'm going to take the heels of my hands, press them forward so that I start to feel some stretch in my shoulders and maybe some stretching in the backs of my legs. And then we'll bend the knees and come down. So, Eric's turn.
All right.
So hands start shoulder width apart. And then from there, just spread your fingers out, press down into the base of your thumbs, base of your index fingers, curl your toes under, lift your knees up, and come into downward facing dog. So when you're in downward facing dog, you'll want to keep that pressure on the base of your thumbs and the base of your index fingers. And then you'll take the heel of your hand, press it forward there so that his upper back goes in, and you may feel that as well. Good. Then just pull the thighs back so that you continue to lengthen the trunk and maybe even stretch the backs of your legs. Yeah? All right, come on down. Take a rest. Okay, so we'll do that pose one more time now that our body kind of knows where we're going. So onto the hands and knees. Spread the fingers out, press down into the base of the thumbs, base of the index fingers, curl those toes under, lift the knees up. Press back into the legs. So you take the heels of your hands and press them forward so your upper back moves way in. Yeah, there you go. So you get some length in your trunk, and then you start to feel a little stretch in the back of the leg. A couple more breaths here. Relax your neck. Let your head just hang. Soften your face. So if you're clenching your jaw, just let that relax. And then bend your knees, come on down. All right, so this next pose, you're going to need that belt or that bath towel that I talked about. So have you hand me that, please? Thank you. Okay, so you'll lie down on your back for Supta Padangusthasana. If you want to watch the first one, and then you do it on the next one. So, first lie down. And once you've done that, take a look up and make sure that you're not crooked on your mat. And then bend your right knee in, and you'll just give that right knee a little bit of a draw in towards you. So you get some flexion in that hip, some flexion in the knee, and then you'll take your belt or what have you onto that foot, and you'll straighten your right leg. Now, if when you come up into the pose, your right leg is bent, that's why you have that belt or that towel, so that you can take your leg closer to the floor. Main idea in this pose is both legs are straight. And then from there, soften the throat, relax the chest, and then we'll bend that right knee, set the belt to the side. All right, your turn. So here's your belt. So lie down on your sticky mat or lie down on your floor. Both legs out straight. And then from there, have the inner edges of your feet together. So yeah, feet together, there you go. And then you'll engage the legs. So by doing that, you'll want to draw your toes back towards you. There you go, roll the fronts of your thighs in towards each other. And then feel where the back of your leg touches and doesn't touch the floor, and press down towards the floor where it's not touching. Good. Then bend your right knee, bring it in. And then just take your hands, wrap it around that shin, and just kind of pull that knee in. Give a little bit of flexion to that knee and to that hip. And then take your belt, lasso that right foot, and straighten that right leg. There you go. There. And so from there, just walk your hands up towards your foot so that your arms are straight. There you go. And then if you're feeling a lot of stretch in that right leg, but your right leg is still bent, take that right leg a little closer to the floor. So go ahead and take that right leg closer to there you go. And now you can really start to open up the back of that leg and also start opening up the back of the knee a little bit. And then on the bottom leg, that left leg needs to be internally rotated. So the outer edge of your left foot is straight up and down from floor to ceiling. And you can always just give yourself a little look there and make sure that that's happening for you. Good, couple of breaths here. Relax the throat, relax the jaw. And then bend your right knee, slip that belt off. Yeah, set the belt to the side, both legs out straight. There you go. And then again, both feet together. Draw back on the toes so that you're engaging your legs. So draw those toes back towards your nose. Internally rotate the thighs and press down into the backs of your legs. So feel where they touch the mat and where they lift away from the mat. And press down into those places at the backs of the knees, the backs of the thighs that are lifting up. And then bend your left knee, bring it in towards you. Give that knee a little squeeze, pull it in. There you go, that side's a little tighter than the other side. And then take that belt, place it onto the foot, and then straighten that left leg. Good, just like that. Good. So once that left leg is up in the air, take a second to evaluate. See what you're feeling there. Make that left leg all the way straight. And then on that right leg, the right leg stays internally rotated. Give yourself a little peek there. So see if the outside of your right foot is straight up and down from floor to ceiling. Sometimes it feels like it is, but it's wavering off to the side at times. And then take a couple of deep breaths here. Just relax the throat, relax the jaw, and just feel that sensation of stretching in the back of the leg. Good, and then bend that left knee, slip that belt off, both legs out straight, feet together. Internally rotate the legs, and then press down into the backs of the legs. Feel where they touch the mat, where they don't touch the mat. And then you may take a notice and see if now the backs of the legs feel like they touch a little bit more. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. All right, and then we're going to stay lying down. We're going to repeat the pose. So bend your right knee, bring it in. Again, now that the body knows what to expect, we're going to take it through the pose again. That's the Iyengar yoga method that I teach and practice. And then take that belt, place it onto your foot, and straighten that right leg. Good. Once that right leg is up in the air, reestablish the left leg. Internally rotate that leg, press down into the back of the leg, so where it's lifting up away from the floor, press it down towards the floor. There we go. And then on that right leg, really start to press that right thigh away from you. So your quadriceps engage and your hamstrings, the back of your leg, starts to release on that right side. And then here, see if you can draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Use that belt, so give yourself a little bit more slack if you need it. And that way your chest can open up, which is really good if you've been sitting on your couch or sitting at, on your computer, working from home, that sort of thing, watching Netflix. Couple more deep breaths, relax the jaw, and just feel the back of the leg. Another deep inhalation through your nose, and as you exhale, bend your right knee, slip that belt off, right leg out straight. Tuck those shoulder blades onto your back while you're right here. There you go. And then bend your left knee, bring it in towards you. And give it a little hug. Take your belt, place it onto your foot, and straighten that left leg. Good. Once you're there, establish that right leg. So internally rotate that right leg. Press down into the back of the right leg as well, so that that right leg maintains its, so that that right leg stays straight. And then on the left leg, continue to press that left thigh, press that left thigh away from you, so that the back of the leg opens up. The quadriceps on that left leg, that's the top of your left thigh, engage, so that the back of your left leg opens up. Tuck those shoulder blades onto your back so that your chest is open. Release any tension that you may be holding in your jaw, your face. If you're clenching your lips closed, just let them relax. Couple more breaths, just keeping that engagement in the legs, but that softening and that quietness in the face and in the chest. Bend that knee, there you go, slip that belt off. Head both legs out straight. Pause there for just a moment. Feel the back body on the floor or on the mat. Feel that openness in the chest. Good. And then roll over to your right side. Sit yourself all the way up. And then we'll do just briefly a seated twist. So the only thing you'll do is just stretch your legs out in front for a second, then cross your right leg in and then your left. So you're sitting in Sukhasana or easy pose. If this is uncomfortable for you to sit this way on the floor, then you can sit elevated. So if you've got a couple of couch cushions or some throw blankets that you can stack up, then you can sit up higher, and lots of times that'll be more comfortable on the lower back, the knees, the hips. So once you've gotten yourself seated the way that's comfortable for you, take your right hand behind you, bring your left arm across, take a deep inhalation, lift your chest, and as you exhale, turn to the right side. So just a simple seated twist. Good. Just deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, see if you can twist just a little bit more. And then the tendency here is to start twisting and turning your head, but try and avoid that and just keep your head in line with your chest. That way you don't overturn in the cervical. Take one more deep breath in through your nose, lift your chest up, And then exhale, come back forward. And then come back to center, good. And then we'll twist to the left. So left hand comes behind, right hand comes across. Deep breath in through your nose, lift your chest. Exhale, and twist towards the left side. So here again, every breath in, lifting the chest. And every exhalation is an opportunity to just twist a little bit more if that's to your capacity. And release any tension that you may be holding in your face or your jaw. Lots of times when we start to do yoga poses, we feel like if we just grit our teeth, we can do the pose better. Not the case. One more deep inhalation, and then exhale, come back to center. Good. Then stretch the legs out in front. Then take your left leg, cross your left leg in, and then your right leg. So you're sitting with the opposite leg crossed in first.
Always hard.
I know, it feels awkward. Most of the time we just sit with the same leg brought in first. All right, and once you've established your seat, take your right hand back behind you, left hand across for just a simple seated twist again. Deep breath in through your nose, get length in the trunk, and exhale, twist. And again, as you take that inhalation through your nose, lift and open your chest. And as you exhale, just use that left hand on your right knee to pull yourself into the twist a little bit more. Soften any tension or any holding in your throat, your jaw, your face. Yep, and keep your neck or your head just lined up with the center of your chest so you're not overly turning. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, back to center. All right, one more side. Left hand back behind, right hand across. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, twisting to the left hand side. And every inhalation is that opportunity to get additional lift and length in the trunk. And every exhale is your opportunity to just kind of pull a little bit with that right hand on the left knee to bring you deeper into that twist. Deep breath in through the nose, exhaling into the twist. All right, good. Everybody's favorite pose is Shavasana. So,
Both the same position.
so lay down. Once you've gotten down onto your back on your sticky mat or onto the floor, just it's going to be a little bit different than the previous time when you laid down and the legs were active and engaged. When you lie down on your back this time, let your legs relax. So if they roll out to the sides, let the legs roll out to the sides. Yeah, release any tension or holding in the feet, in the legs, and the hips. And if it's not comfortable for you to lie down flat on your back, you can take a couple of pillows and put them back behind your knees so that your knees are bent. If that's still not comfortable, you can also, if you've got a coffee table nearby, you can prop your legs up on the coffee table so that your knees are bent and the lower legs are on your coffee table. Have your palms turned open towards the ceiling. And then you'll want to have your arms about 45 degrees out away from your body so that you can allow the arms to relax completely. And then let your eyes close for a little bit here. So start to scan through the body and start from the bottoms of the feet and work your way up. So you're looking for any places where you may be clenching or holding holding on to tension so that you can soften and relax those places as best you can. Work your way up through the legs, up through the hips, the lower back. Let the belly relax. Release any tension in the chest or the shoulders. Let your arms and your hands relax. Feel a little bit of space come in between your top teeth and your bottom teeth. Let the hinge of your jaw relax. Notice if you feel any tension or holding throughout your face, whether that's clenching the lips closed or the eyes closed. Let those places relax as well. Just take some soft breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Not necessarily trying to deepen or elongate the breath, but just normal, natural inhalations and exhalations. In through the nose and out through the nose. And of course, you can stay in Shavasana for a few more minutes if you need a little bit more quiet time. But if you're ready to come out, then go ahead and bend your elbows, place your hands on your belly. And then bend your left knee and roll over to your right side. Use your arm as a little pillow for your head to rest on. And let your eyes stay closed for just a little bit longer. Let yourself acclimate a little bit more. Good, and then press down into your hands. Bring yourself all the way up into a seated position, however you're comfortable to sit. All right, that's all we have. Namaste.
Woo! Namaste.